And welcome everybody for today's stream. It's gonna be different than usual as we have another tournament that I will be commentating on. As you can see, my layout is a bit different. I've made it a bit smaller. Or I removed everything and just made my game bigger so that it's easier for you to see. I could have also just full screened this, but then it would have looked squashed / stretched, and we don't want that, of course. So yeah, we are gonna be oops, sorry for that. Come on, stupid phone. We're gonna be watching EG today, as they are gonna be playing in group 4. Let me just close this. And yeah, so they haven't played a game yet. The first game is gonna happen in a couple of minutes. So that's why I did not start on the actual time. The room is now open. So I picked a good starting time for me. You are of course gonna have a delay. You'll have to deal with that. That's nothing I can do or influence in any way. As we can see here, we are gonna be playing on the maps of... God damn it. Let me just get back to the screen where I was. So we're gonna be having Winter Malinovka as our first map. And if it comes to a tiebreaker with the clan TYW or Extra Ice, we're gonna be playing on Normandy. It's of course gonna be interesting to see what strategies they are gonna be playing, if there's gonna be any surprises, of course. With the buff of the heavies, I'm expecting to see more of those. Especially since Winter Malinovka can be decided whether or not you can clear the small town area or even a village, not even a town really. There's just a lot of things you have to keep in mind, of course. You could also play over the medium side, and you need a bit more mobile setup with maybe 1 or 2 medium heavies and TD maybe to give backup as you try to win the medium flank in and of itself, and of course also go for the church in the middle and try to control that area. So it's gonna be interesting to see for what strategy they are gonna be deciding themselves. Winter Malinovka, definitely one of those maps that really is about strategy and not so much about the player skill, in my opinion. There can be some maps where really it doesn't matter too much about how good the strategy is, but more on how well the players do in said game. And from what we can see right now, it seems to be more of a medium side focused strategy here. Seeing some Sheridans already readied up, some Mouses as well. They could be going to the middle. As I said, there's that B slope, so I'm expecting that they might send the Mouses there. Maybe even with a Chieftain there, Lego in support. As a TD, as I was already anticipating. Basically, we also see a TD on the other side here in 268. They're definitely going for a pretty heavy village push here. And it seems they're gonna stock up on some more armor. They are deciding to take one more Sheridan than the others as we get into the last 2 minutes here. And it's gonna be interesting to see how these players are gonna perform. Really looking forward to this. So as we can see, oops, sorry. We have double 113, double Mouse, double Sheridan, and a 268 on Team EG. And on the other side, we have one Sheridan, we have an i7, is4, FV, mouse e5, so 5 different heavies, and also a 268. So a couple tanks similar, but not fully. I'm expecting them to try to control the middle with this lineup. It just seems like the smartest play to make. The Sheridans are gonna quick spot on the in the bushes there, as they only have one Sheridan on the enemy team. They should be able to work it quite nicely. The mouse is straight gonna head to the church. Maybe the 113s are gonna go down on the ramps, those things, and the 268 behind, either supporting the 113s or the mouses. Can be quite flexible, which is why I would also prefer 268, as a Faust would probably struggle in some areas because it has an autoloader and you would be out of the fight for some time. But yeah, let's head right into game number 1, as we hopefully are gonna see an interesting match here. Lineups have not changed at all. But to just run over them again, EG is running double mouse, 268, double Sheridan, double 113 here. Enemy going with an FV, IS4, IS7, a mouse, a 268, Sheridan, and an E5. E5 definitely a viable option, since it received the consumables now. Can compare to a 113. But it's up to the teams to decide how they are going to approach this. Let's just make the camera a bit quicker. And as we can see, my anticipation was correct. They're instantly taking these 2 early spot locations here. Spicy already going into cap A, instantly putting pressure on. If putting up a blind shot there did not connect, but it scared him away. Mouse is making their way to the church. 268 sitting behind. And the 113's not quite where I expected. But as we can see here, everything on Team Blue has decided to go into the village, as their lineup suggests, of course. And I am sorry for the little bit of lag here. My FPS seem to be dropping. They have now already a cap lead, as they got A very early. Not a lot that Team Blue can do right now. They've got everything covered. They got the mouses over there to cover everything, trying to go through their spawn. A 268 in behind. They got a Sheridan to spot their spawn, which they pretty much abandoned with everyone being in the village. They have the 113s that are just as backup. The Sheridan's rotating now back towards the 268, as there's a small push that has been spotted here with that Sheridan and the FV. Edgar here just side scraping. Against multiple angles here, actually. The 268 has a shot. We can see shots coming from here, from there. And from the Sheridan here as well, a rocket hitting. As Edgar is getting penned again. They just barely have a hit point advantage here. But, of course, EG only has lost tank on one mouse. And that's what the tank is there for. 113 is now showing up here as well. And I clearly need to fix my FPS. I have to apologize. The FV and Sheridan here just can't really do a lot against these 2 113s. Oh god, this is terrible. After getting shot in his Sheridan. And as we can see, Spicy here and Sheridan and the other Sheridan both have flanked around again. Are looking to take some shots on that 268. Managed to connect one so far. Winch is pushing forward. The 268 has repositioned, and there falls the first Sheridan, as the 2 113s as well have pushed onto the FV. Winch is now going in. Lego is being focused. And Edgar as well, of course, going to push in. The IS4 and the mouse here going way too slowly towards the enemies. Lego might get killed here, being now in a one-shot territory. The i7 here not really too much of help, as these 2 mouses with the 113s in support are just melting through everything. With the two Sheridans picking up the 268, they can now freely push onto the I7 together with Rashford into his 268. I7 goes down, and this is a clear win. It's all about picking up the last couple of tanks here for EG. I hope the FPS drops wasn't too terrible. That was mostly on my end. Have to apologize for that. It's just two tanks left, E5 here and the mouse. Both gonna get bullied here and taken out very quick. With a solid double win here, winning on points and by kills, with still nearly 10,000 hit points left on the tanks. Really well done here. The mouse is not there to do damage but to take hits, and they really did. The Sheridans here having some really nice flanking mover, and Rashford in his 268 just delivering as he should be. And before we continue, I need to fix this. I really am sorry for that. Can't believe that this is actually lagging. Hope it's not gonna get too severe for game number 2. Rashford here offline might have disconnected. RG already readied up in his 268. And the other team, we can see that there is no FV. They brought in an E100 as well as a second Sheridan. And for the lineup of EG, nothing has changed. We are just missing one 268. So let's hope that that is gonna be a thing. RG now is put in for Rashford. You might have some connection issues. Let's hope that is not the case. As we are gonna go into game number 2, I would assume that EG is gonna do pretty much the same here from the other side. As long as they are able to cleanly execute, there should be no trouble whatsoever. So let's just hope and see how far these boys can take it. Of course, they are in the top 8 already, but why be satisfied when we can get even higher? And if we get to the finals, we're gonna meet APA, who are currently number 1. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happening, but we first need to get there and focus on the current battles. So EG again, double mouse 268, just a player change. Sheridan and WZ also in a double pack. On the enemy team we can see an E100 IS4 I7, a mouse as well as an E100. Double Sheridan and E5. So not a lot has changed. I think 2 tanks there have been switched out, with the 1 extra Sheridan here. As we can see, no early A strat this time, as they saw they have changed their lineup, so they are going to be adapting to that quite nicely here. Both Sheridans have been spotted. They are gonna fire their rockets here into the I7, who overextended by quite a bit. RG here able to connect one as well, as we are still having some issues, unfortunately. The mouses here are gonna push to the church again. The 113s are gonna get into the corner without any problem whatsoever. Sheridans are just gonna give some rocket support, APCR if possible as well. And oh my god, can I fix this? I cannot. I have to deeply apologize for this. IS4 here is taking another shot by Edgar. 268 now moving forward, quite a bold move here. He could just get focused by possibly 3 angles here, as F takes some more damage in his Sheridan. He's down to 500. But there's already a big HP difference here. The 113 is just gonna move up now, making clear that this 4000 HP lead will get even higher. The I7 now getting focused next after the Sheridan just falled. IS4 here is getting ignored by Lego. As General picks him up, the IS-7 here next to fall. Next target should probably be these two Mouses here. Or these two German super heavies actually. And super nice pincer movement here, these two Mouses coming from the basically the middle of the map. The 113 is pushing through the corner with the Sheridans in support. 268 going somewhat in the middle, having a good amount of fire support. He did take a lot of damage in the end, but he managed to survive. Oh, we actually lost Lego here to one of the players on the team from Extra Ice, and another solid victory here for the team of EG. Evenly spread damage, really nicely done, and I need to fix my game. I'm just gonna restart it. I hope that's gonna fix it. If not, then we are in some trouble. Don't think it's gonna be quite that enjoyable when mostly all of the games are lagging, right? Game should be up in a moment, as EG of course won their game. Their next one should start fairly soon. But before that, let's see if we can fix our issue with the FPS drops. And the game is gonna reboot. Hopefully the issue will be fixed after this game. I have to apologize once again. I did not anticipate this, as it hasn't happened in the first time. And I'm not quite sure what is causing it currently. But I hope it's been fixed now with re-entering into the game. Garage seems a bit more smooth as well now. And yeah, let's have a look to see who the next enemies of EG are going to be. Once the tournament page is loaded. I don't like this. It says no tournaments running, but I was clearly just spectating one, right? Yeah, I was. This one right here. See if I can maybe access the tournament via this. Or is the game just like not wanting to? Doesn't seem to load properly, which is very concerning. Ah, this smells like trouble. Let me just see if I can fix this somehow. I'm just gonna be asking for advice. I really hope that we can fix this issue somehow. Because this is not good. I mean, I should still get the invite, I'm pretty sure. But I'd like to check who the next enemy is gonna be and when that game will start. Which isn't that possible right now. This is concerning. Yeah, it's just not loading anything. Let me see if I can maybe find it on a different website. Yep, it just won't load, I guess. So this is really bad. I'd like to know what's going on, because this is not loading. I'm pretty sure it should, but it's not. So let's see how I can fix this. Or maybe I can even just find this leaderboard thing somewhere else. Maybe on the World of Tanks page in tournaments. Oh. It's loading something. This is very interesting now. It wants me to restart. Okay. I guess. Maybe that's gonna fix it. Let's have a look. Come on, please. The boy would like to see something load. I don't think the fog helps actually with FPS. From what I heard, it does the opposite. Like, it actually is there to help with FPS. Let me see if I can fix this. I really hope I can. But it doesn't seem to be. I don't like this. Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned. Oh, okay, it's back. It's back! We got it back. Thank God. Alright, let's go back to group 4. Next will be EG versus FBI in a couple of minutes. So we have some time to put up with, I guess. And I have some replays I can show you. Those I can't really show you, those are all just other stuff, I guess. So why don't I show you some old replays that I've saved? It's a game I can show. I guess this one's pretty long. Might have seen it in the highlight, but for those who don't, it will be a nice background. Game, that's for sure. So I played this game on stream, I think, a while ago. FV Costilla. Gonna go over there. Onto that spot. I usually tend to go there just to like hold it. In case people push over that side, I will be able to tell that there's a push happening. And if not, then I can give good side shots, usually. So it always seems to work out in some way, shape or form. And well, let's say the ending is quite interesting, to say the least. So we have a VK over there. I think I'm not gonna head first into that. You usually don't want to do that with an FV anyway, as it doesn't have the most ammo. You need to play it quite cautiously and with as much care as you can. I was really just trying to look for an angle here. Checking if I'm not going too high as well is gonna be important. As I don't want to get spotted, of course, because there always might be someone on the TD ridge. That was a really nice shot into the Sheridan cupola there. It flew through, it hit it beautifully. And now I just went up to spot again, see where they are, and I found 2. So they are in a tank advantage. But considering that our TDs are sitting in the back and one of the mediums is currently running, that wasn't the case anymore. So I had to take matters into my own hand. I saw the VKP moving, so I decided to attack the 704 as long as he's on his own. Unfortunately, hit right into his gunmantlet there. Gonna pen the next one, and I'm gonna try to circle so I don't get shot. And I managed to do that actually, and now is something that I really enjoyed in this game. So there's that VK. I was not really looking forward to fighting this dude head first with an FV. Checked him, hope for damage, and well, I got a delivery. 1400 from the FV, and then the other FV also puts one into him, making him down into a 2-shot. I put one into him and the FV finishes him off, which was really nice support fire from those two. I really appreciated that. Like, you rarely see people actually helping others, which is unfortunate. I'd like that if that weren't the case, but it just seems to be sometimes. Interesting lag spike there in the replay. Just trying to side scrape here a little bit with the FV on the open field. Not quite the smartest idea. Trying to save my last repair kit here right now. As I put my second into the E50M. E100 now rushing down to get that invincible. But E50M does the job. And now it's just us 3 FVs left. So I'm actually gonna do something quite funny here. It took me a while to properly set up. It's just, I'm gonna wedge my tank upwards on this ridgeline here to gain some height. So that I can still shoot whilst remaining as hull down as I possibly can. Because this tank is rear mounted its turret, so I can't really go upwards without basically ruining everything. So this is how I decided I'm gonna do it, and I got rewarded with a kill on the pattern. There's the second rocket coming, and this time it penetrated, unfortunately. E100 is moving backwards, and I have to do something to give this game a chance, and so I move forward. Looking to do some more damage into that E100. It was quite risky to do it. I could have easily taken a shot here in return. The FV there not quite connecting its shots. This is a wonderful pixel snipe. This is what is great about the FV. The accuracy is just wonderful. It really hits when you want it to hit. Just like that shot as well. And now it's just 2 minutes left, and I'm starting to realize there's a problem here. And it's time, because we're still 3 tanks left against 4. That Sheridan is on the hill. I, to that point, didn't know where the Yag was. The E50M was, I shot low, and that E100 as well. And there's the E50M, and there's the E100. Both bouncing on each other. So it didn't work out too well, and I'm instantly trying to get back into side scrape, and fatal mistake here. I didn't pay enough attention to my surroundings so that Yag was able to put a flea shot into me, and that tracked me, meaning that the Sheridan's rocket was able to connect as well, meaning I took way more damage than I should have. I was pinging them up there because the E50M was gonna come around. It was kind of obvious that's gonna happen, and there he is, and I died. And to speed things up, those two don't have a good time, and the game ends in a draw. So that's hella unfortunate, isn't it? Got a first class here. Could have been an ace if we won this, of course. Did some misplays, but that just so can happen. And with that said, the new room is now open with EG versus FBI on Faust. I think then it was also Faust and Vineyards. So I'm really looking forward to this match. We can already see a Hori here. Interesting tank choice, but it seems that's not gonna happen. Currently selected as a Leo. I would like to see how that's being used, maybe as a quick cap in B in the middle. I mean, the lineup of FBI clearly looks like a push onto A, possibly with B as well, and maybe one tank into C/D to quick cap it. I'm not quite sure what to expect from this. Both seem to have an OD ready. So this is kinda interesting. So the first team to fully ready up here is FBI with an FV, 2 Sheridans, double 113 and an IS-4, so the double Sheridan does continue with mostly heavy, medium-like heavies, I guess. They are all decently mobile. exception of the Ice 4, but that can side script really well. And it's usually a pick in tournaments anyway. And I just really want to see what the hell this Leo is going to do. You rarely ever see a Leo in a tournament, so it must be important to the strategy. LG could probably just use the 62A maybe, because it has a couple attributes that they share, like the accurate gun or the DPM is similar. But the Leo has the mobility, so I'm thinking that might be of use here, as they are not considering to take any Sheridans. But maybe Rushford or Orca might take one. We'll have to just wait and see for that. Faust, pretty balanced map. In terms of symmetry, it has good spots on both sides that can counter each other. So it's basically on this map who takes what positions first to, because there's some gaps that are really gnarly and nasty to shoot from if you get an early spot on it. And probably also focus fire is gonna be very important here. Sadly, we don't see a hottie from both sides. So two quite unique picks, which probably the strategy will revolve around. I'm assuming with this they're gonna go more on the upper part on Faust. I mean, the STB could go into the corner and use its gun depression, but it could also go onto the medium corner and use its gun depression. Maybe it's gonna be a B push actually with the Leo. They must have timed it, else they could have also just used the Sheridan if that would be quicker. But I guess theorizing won't really do the trick here. We'll just have to wait and see. And enjoy this. As you can see here, EG is going with 3 WZs, 2 IS4s, 1 STB, 1 Leo. On the side of FBI we have double WZs, 1 IS4, 1 FV, the Hori, and 2 Sheridans. So interesting picks here. Definitely want to see how this game is gonna go. I'm gonna have especially one eye on that Leo part. And we might actually go ahead and follow him from the start, just to see what his initial position is supposed to be. Because there must be a reason. And a pretty good reason at that. Let's have a look what Winch in his Leo is gonna do. So, as I thought, or had in mind as a possibility, they are gonna take the upper part from C and B. Winch here, the one that's supposed to cap and possibly take blind shots. And we still have FPS issues, I really don't know why. Might this be just from the spectator mode? I really don't hope it's not. And as we can see here, EG already pushing very aggressively with their 113s. Massive already out. Nicola and Orca here already in the camp, as Kanicho is already in B. They sent their Sheridans and the IS4 into A and B. They got the 2 caps, but they were slower than EG, and they are just being crushed here now, as the 113s make their way into this little apartment thing here. The Hori not really doing anything of use. The Leopard sadly already out of this game. Rushford here with the IS4, supposed to be tanking a little bit for these WZs, being a little bit of an armor buffer. The STB here, still on full HP, can also pump out hits DPM. The HP is currently in the favor of EG here by 1000, and it's a 4 on 3 as well. So as long as the focus fire is right, it's gonna be okay. As both teams are focusing Ice Force right now, General here has to make sure to pen his shots, as he is gonna get targeted next by these two Sheridans. Trying to use the WZ rack here. Could have pushed that Sheridan out potentially, as they are both just gonna get rushed down here. Orca still on full HP. Rushford still on full HP. Focus fire by both teams really nicely, but the push with the WZs just killed them pretty much in an instant. You have to be careful to not split up too much here. General is now a one shot. This game is not quite over yet, as Dictator is going down and Kanicho now looking to put one in. Might actually find one, but just takes 2 shots in return and gets picked up by General. So no last kill for him. An interesting round here by both teams. I haven't seen the hurry pay off at all, but that might be just to the reason that these WZs just pushed, and they pushed hard. They didn't do enough. They didn't do a lot of damage. But they were the ones who pushed first. They were the ones taking the hits, and I guess this was really what won them this game, is that they pushed early. They didn't hesitate. They just moved straight into the fight, and yeah, it won them the game. So we can't argue on that. Haven't seen any really misplays by EG in that game either. Focus fire was on point. The timing for the push was also really good. And we're gonna see a bit of a change here. 2 STBs. We're seeing some 62As as well. So they might decide to go to A on this strategy, but I don't want to go to too early conclusions here. FBI already has readied up all of their tanks with 2 FVs, 2 Sheridans, 2 Ice Falls, and a 268. They're gonna try the TD again. Not an easy task for or an easy map for this tank, or this type of a tank either. You have a lot of corners, a lot of sharp corners, and if you just struggle even a tiny bit in these corner fights, you're gonna really regret playing it. So we're gonna have to wait and see if the 268 is gonna pay off this game. As we can see, EG has readied up with 2 62As, 2 Ice Force, 1 STB, a WZ, and a Sheridan here. So they did make some changes as well as FBI. It's gonna be very interesting to see the diversion. I would assume the Ice 4 might go to D and cap it, or one of the 2 at least. Maybe even the WZ, and the rest is gonna press hard for A. But you have to remember, this could also be a massive trap if you just fool your enemy with the lineup. And as we can see here, an early push right onto B. FBI is doing the same, sending their Sheridans there. EG has stopped. 262As here, spotted Orca as well. Puts a shot into the Sheridan. Quite nice here. Has to be careful, of course. He can get shot easily here. As we are still dropping FPS, I am so sorry. I have no idea what's happening here. The FVs are gonna push down here. Some miscommunication here. General pushing up too far. He's gonna get a crap ton of damage onto him here. Nicola also has to be careful. He's just completely out in the open here. The first Sheridan already out of the game here. Winch has to be really cautious. A fight against an Ice Fall is nothing that an STB wants to take. and General now out of this fight, getting picked up by the Sheridan here. Orca has to run, is kind of getting chased, whilst RG picks up the next tank here, massive, and Phoenixer are the next to be focused. And when the Ice 4 here are gonna get taken out, the HP lead way into the favor of EG, with nearly double their hit points now. Spitter 4 is gonna get also shot now. And it's just these 3 tanks left, and there's nothing that these players can do. Massive now out of the fight. RG will not survive, as the FV is gonna take the next couple of hits here. Edgar trying to shoot the Ice Forward, not quite able to pick him up just yet. And this is gonna be a solid 2-0 victory here for EG. Unfortunately, the start of the round seems to always be lagging. I really don't know why. I hope I can somehow fix it. But I don't quite think the 62 A's have worked out that much here. Nikola has done a good amount of damage. General there overpeaking quite a bit, got punished early and then taken out later, because he just was lacking the hit points. Else this was a really nice damage spread, especially Orca and Winch of course doing over 3000 here. Not a lot that FBI could have done. They did the push, but they didn't do it all at once, and they took completely different approaches. Like, some went onto the 62A and the WZ down below. Some went to the Sheridan 62A. They just split up a bit too much, which might have costed them the game, but we never know. And with that said, I think we are into the finals. I'm thinking, at least. Yep, the finals are gonna be Desert Suns and Neville Frontier. And I'm actually gonna have to do the fog down here. Maybe it's gonna help, I hope it does. I really don't know. I will probably have to look into this after the stream to see what the issue was. I hope it's nothing too severe that can't be fixed, because they played really well. EG is showing some incredible strength, and not being able to showcase that to the fullest because of some lag is really unfortunate. I hope you're gonna enjoy it anyway. So, yeah. I think we got some time till the next game starts, actually. I don't quite know when the next one is gonna happen. I've not paid attention to that. It is gonna be 36. So in quite the long time span, actually. It's gonna be 24 minutes till then. And why not, instead of showing you some more replays, we just play a bit of Uprising, I guess. Just to get some time done until we can watch the finals here. I'm still disappointed about the whole FPS thing. Maybe some of you have an idea what it could be. If so, it would be nice if you were to share that with me. Because I really don't know what else I can do at this point. I've restarted my game, I've lowered my graphics even more. I don't think there's much else to do other than that. I'm gonna keep my gun broken for now. As long as it's close quarters, I don't really think I will need it. Just like in those situations. I mean, a Death Star is gonna hurt nonetheless, so a repaired gun would have not changed a lot about that. Let's just see if we can harass these mediums here just a tiny bit more before the need to repair the gun arrives. Stand B here, not too much attention. I'm gonna ram into this button now, because it should be fun. Just having him pinned down here. Even if I die, he won't be able to get away from this spot. Most likely. So let's get some chain lightning and 6 Sense here. Also, please keep in mind that there is a delay on the stream. So if you know anything, it would be great to not spoil anything for those who are just wanting to enjoy everything live as it happens. I mean, of course, right now I'm just playing a game, there's not really a lot you can spoil. But it wouldn't be nice anyway. Let's see if we can run him for a lot of damage. That is really bad. I was just about... I even did turn him. I actually managed to accomplish that. It's just that I didn't hit him when I tried to ram. Probably gonna die to that SDI over here. Or to the pattern. So let's try some Wolf Strike and Rapid Fire. We're up by 3 lives, so there should not be too much trouble here. Ah, he penned me. I hope for that not to happen. But I guess we cannot have everything. And I just simply zoned. Here we go. Tracked him. He revert. But back to it. Did I just track him twice in a row? That's funny. 3.6 seconds reload with adrenaline for tier 10. This is kinda overpowered. Get rammed, my friend. Nice. Solid securing here of some damage. Getting a little bit of assistance as well. Standard B now out of this game. Ah. What a smart thing to do by that button. That is actually really smart. I am indeed impressed. Aw, goddammit. Hoped I could avoid that Death Star. So I think we still have a while until we have the last game. Let's just check over here. The finals are 60. 36 are. Then let's take an E3. Yeah, Everton, I will probably do that. The thing is, I'm not sure if it is even gonna be possible to be the YouTube settings, because I never changed them. Like, it would have lagged like this then yesterday and earlier today as well, right? But it didn't. So that's what's confusing me here. Ooh, he just took a big chunk of damage. How did he manage to kill both of my loaders? I wonder how they did that. Can penetrate you, I hope you know that. Though that doesn't seem to bother him in the slightest. I overpeaked. He turned me. I think I'm actually gonna go with Supernatural here. I would have liked to survive a little longer. But I guess I was just not careful enough. I had to pay with that for my life. 1 of 3. But at least this tank is way quicker now. And by way I mean way quicker. Wasn't the best HC I could have done. Like, if you look at this right now, it's neither is lagging in-game. Like, I'm playing normally with the same graphic settings. And it ain't lagging right now, so I'm a bit worried it might be the spectator mode for me that causes this. Oh damn. Before he turns me around again, I will have to finish him off. And quick snap into him. Oh damn, that was bad. But how did that not pen? Is what surprises me the most, actually. E1 really? This was unnecessary. It totally was. Oh, nice. That turned out to be way better than I expected, actually. Sit. I really would like to pick him up before he turns me again. Oh my god, were those times amazing. In terms of its annoyance level. Really? Damn. Well, there's Jack Chills too, I guess. Don't think I want to take double shot. It's just gonna ruin everything. Why now about National Crew Voices? Because I forgot to turn that on. Actually. Well, yeah, you messed up. And he's also on. Man, I really ruined that platoon's life. Or at least made it a couple times harder. And you're out. Ah, that was really unlucky. Well, he has to sit there now. Look at that, I was able to do 800 damage to him. Just from that alone. Our pattern is not really supportive. Especially given that he is the only one with 3 lives left. The Yak Tiger dies, we are in a bit of a troublesome situation because they would win by just having more lives left than us. Wait, no, they did. Shit. Ended up killing him actually. Oh wow, and we lost. That is really unfortunate. I tried. I gave it my best go. But it just was not to be. I guess. And now we fight against Joe? Who are they? Wait, no, wrong button. That's not what I want to look up. Chart. Group 4. Who did they play against? They beat Appa. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I'm surprised by that. We're not gonna see an EG Appa final. Makes it even more interesting. We're gonna have Desert Sands. I immediately see 4 Sheridans. Desert Sands is one of those maps where you can go really medium heavy. Because, I mean, mostly the meta is played in the desert. And so having hold down tanks with good mobility and a nice snappy gun is gonna be an advantage here. And so mediums it is for most of the time at least. Although if you decide to go city, you usually see like mouses and stuff, but no one is deciding for that. And it seems that the enemy team is going for... I don't even think that's a proper strategy, they're just playing. This could be a random match with just an interesting nearly full Russian lineup. I have no idea what their plan is gonna be. On the side of EG here we see 1 IS-4 and E5, 2 62As, 2 Sheridans and an STB. So everything that can basically hold down or be pretty annoying to be played this way in hold down. So let's just see what they can pull off here. I'm really interested to see. We're gonna be starting on the north here for EG. So the spawn doesn't really make too much of a difference, what I find. It just is, you know, it just doesn't make too much of a difference, I guess. One minute left here. Seen some changes made, maybe. People unreadying, maybe changing some ammo loadout. Or just a dead tank in the first place. That'd be interesting to see. I mean, a TD is risky here. It can cause you to do really well if it can land its shots and you can really utilize it. But if you can't, you're basically 1 tank less. So it's a double-bladed sword in a way. So let's not hope it's gonna backfire here. I'd like to see a toe-to-toe matchup to just make it more interesting, of course. We are just 17 seconds left, and it seems that this will be our final loadouts. For EG, dual 62A, dual Sheridan, STB, E5 and IS-4. And for the other team, 121B, IS-7, two IS-4s, a T22 and a 140, and 26A. I'm really curious to see what they are gonna do in Team Blue over there with their quite unique. I nearly want to say unique, but it's just weird lineup. Seen a ping on the map here. Sheridan's probably trying a crossfire. Trying to shoot for the 268. Not sure if they saw that. Nicolas spotting here in the eyes for the Sheridan, and Winch is set up. Can he put a shot in there? That doesn't seem to be the case. And they are already taking this middle position, which is really strong if you have the support for it. And currently their mediums are really far back, and they are already pushing in. Look how far back they are. They are already wanting to push on Rushford here, who is gonna buy them some time. Now the mediums of EG are gonna be able to shoot them in the side. Oh my god, my game is just lagging terribly. Nicola here also coming into the side now. Mooney is gonna be the first one to get focused here, and he's already out. EG already in the 2000 HP advantage here. Feld is gonna get down very soon, same as Captain here. Focus fire is just on point for Team EG. Anti-skiller there, taking out Orca in his STB. But it won't make a difference. It's 6 tanks to now 3. General is a one-shot. Speci trying to shield him here. Did not quite work out. But this is just a feast. That was some really nice focus fire by EG. And absolute destruction. And the reason why this was so easy is because the heavies pushed before the mediums were even here. They were way too far back. The timing was completely off, which is what made this look just so easy, and left EG left with 6000 HP and a solid match. Yep. Okay, here the only one, but got focused at the start. The rest are having a very evenly spread result. And these two Russian heavies here, they just got focused instantly. These 3 together just pushed in before the mediums were there. That was just poor timing. They could have done that really good. If the timing was there, it might have actually been their round. Because Nicola wasn't there, they would have had Rushford. And they might have actually been able to push out the Sheridans with that as well, but as I say, the timing had just not been on point. So we might see a change from Nicola here. Maybe he's gonna switch to a different tank other than his IS-4. But what I want to mention here is really interesting is that they sent the IS-4 to spot and had the Sheridans on the rails, basically as TDs for just the early spot to see if anything is getting spotted by Nicola. Which did happen. Because he was there, he spotted these 3 heavies. They would have seen them so late, which could have been really crucial here. But it seems that we're not seeing a switch other than Orca not going for the STB, but he might change back to it. On the other team, though, we are seeing a change, and a big one that is. We see 2 E5s, we see 2 Sheridans, and then a T22 62A and a 140. So a bit more armored lineup this time. And also with Sheridan support, because I don't think they even had one in the last game. Gonna be interesting to see. I would assume Nicola is gonna do the same early spot push. And might even go down into the ditch depending on how aggressive EG is gonna play this round. As we can see here, these E5s are going down early. The Sheridans kinda pushing through the city as well. These Russian mediums just holding back as a trap. E5s have both been spotted. Nikola putting a shot in here. Both already taken some damage. The Sheridans now are gonna push Nikola. He is gonna take some time though to be killed as one of the Sheridans bounced. Now Rushford, Spessy, Orca, General. And of course F are just gonna push on these two E5s. There's not a lot that they can do. These mediums just aren't really there. The coordination is completely off point. Anti-skiller here just going through. The first E5 is already down. Nikola is still alive, hasn't taken any damage other than that one Sheridan hit. The next E5 is gonna go down. F here being focused as well as General. They might actually kill a couple tanks here, but the HP difference is now 2 to 1, and this just won't happen. They have 6 tanks to 4. Most of them on solid hit points as well. The focus fire is not there, the coordination was lacking. That's what EG has, that's what they showed, that they are still powerful. And that they won't go down if you don't communicate. That was some 2 sweet free wins. Which makes me curious to how they've beaten APA. But just a very good performance here by EG. Of course, misplays, a lot of misplays here from Joe. That I just have to point out. First of all, they pushed down with the E5s again. They knew that Nikola is probably gonna do that move. So they would get spotted. They took damage as well. I think 2 or 3 shots were taken into these E5s before they even reached their final destination. Then the 2 Sheridan push on that IS-4 was not a bad idea. It wasn't actually a bad call. Let me get back into that replay. And I can't. That's unfortunate. So just think about it. The Russian mediums were still sitting in their spawn. The E5s were getting pushed. The IS-4 on EG's side was being pushed by these 2 Sheridans. One of which bounced, one of which penned. And then they just suddenly left him. And I don't know why. Everything from EG then, of course, pushed onto these 2 E5s. They managed to kill them quite quickly. And the 2 Sheridans just went past everyone. Then they managed to focus F, but the mediums, they came in so late that I just don't understand why they were still in spawn. It just does not make really any sense to me, and yeah, EG just takes that one. I mean, they're not gonna snag that away or give it away at all. Very deserved victory here to EG. Some amazing gameplay, and again, apologies for the FPS issue. I'll have a look into that until Saturday, where I will stream again. Which is gonna be... where is it? This tournament here. We might stream EG again if we get that luxury. I'd love to. EG is providing some beautiful gameplay and some really nice strategies. And yeah, this is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you would like to see more of these tournament streams, please feel free to let me know, because I'm definitely interested in doing so. So yeah, this was it from me. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you all again next time. Bye bye.